God, when are we going to get married? The whole village are mocking us.
In the village of Adaeze, silence was never empty. It carried memory. The wind whispered through tall palm trees like it knew secrets. The red earth held the weight of countless footsteps, stories layered on stories. Children laughed freely in the afternoons, chasing each other under the sun. Elders gathered beneath ancient trees, repeating tales that had outlived generations. In Adaeze, nothing truly disappeared, especially not words, and especially not promises. At the far edge of the village flowed a river, wide, calm, watchful. Sometimes it looked peaceful, like a mirror laid across the earth. Other times it moved strangely, as if something deep within it was breathing. The people called it Ine Imiri, the mother of waters. They respected it, they feared it, and they warned each other about it. Do not speak carelessly near the river. Do not make promises you cannot keep, because the river listens and the river remembers. Some believed it could bless a person beyond imagination. Others believed it could trap a person's destiny and hold it there until they suffered enough to understand. Nobody argued, because in Adaeze, people had seen things. In a small compound not far from the village square, lived three sisters, Adaeze, Ngozi, and Chioma. Their house was simple: mud walls, a zinc roof that rattled when the wind grew strong, a small open yard where they sometimes sat in the evenings, watching the sky fade into darkness. Nothing about their home drew attention, but they did. Adaeze, the eldest, carried a quiet authority. She spoke little, but when she did, her words carried weight. There was something steady about her, something that made people trust her without knowing why. Ngozi was her opposite, full of life, sharp-tongued, quick-witted, and impossible to ignore. She could make a stranger laugh within minutes, even on their worst day. Chioma was softness. She spoke gently, moved gently, loved deeply. The kind of person who would give away her last meal and still apologize for not having more. They were all beautiful, not ordinary beauty. The kind that made people turn back after walking past. The kind that made people whisper. But beneath that beauty was something people did not understand. None of them was married. At first, nobody cared. They still have time, people said. They are young. But time does not wait for anyone. And slowly, things began to change. Their friends got married. Then their younger friends. Then girls who used to greet them with auntie. Seasons passed. Nothing changed. Then the whispers began. Soft at first. At the market, under mango trees, by the stream where women gathered with buckets and laughter. They are too beautiful for this. It is not normal. Something is wrong somewhere. Maybe it is their family. Maybe it is spiritual. The whispers grew louder. Soon, they were no longer whispers. They became open conversations. Then jokes. Then mockery. One hot afternoon, Chioma went to the market. She greeted people politely, her usual gentle smile on her face. She moved quietly between stalls, selecting vegetables. Then she heard it. "Look at her!" Another voice replied, amused. "She is still there, no husband." Laughter followed. Soft, sharp, cutting. Chioma froze. Her hands tightened around the basket she was holding. Her chest felt heavy. She wanted to turn around. She wanted to speak, to defend herself, to ask them what she had done wrong. But no words came. What would she even say? Instead, she paid for her things and walked away, step by step, as if nothing had happened. But everything had. That night, when the world was quiet, Chioma cried. Silently, she pressed her face into her wrapper so no one would hear, because the pain was deeper than insults. It was the pain of not understanding. That evening, the three sisters sat outside. The air was cool, Crickets filled the silence. Ngozi broke it first. Do you ever feel like something is wrong, but you don't know what it is? Adaeze looked at her. What do you mean? Ngozi exhaled slowly. Every time something good starts, it ends. Chioma spoke softly. It's like we are always close, but never reach. Silence followed. Heavy silence. Adaeze finally spoke. We have done nothing wrong. Ngozi shook her head. Maybe it is not about what we did. That sentence stayed in the air, because deep down, they all feared it might be true. In Umuade, there was an old woman people did not joke with, Mama Iberi. She was not rich, she was not loud, but she knew things people could not explain. One afternoon, she sent for Adaeze. When Adaeze arrived, Mama Iberi sat beneath a large tree, her eyes calm but knowing. Sit, she said. Adaeze obeyed. The old woman studied her carefully. There is something you girls don't know. Adaeze's heartbeat quickened. What is it? Mama Iberi sighed. Your mother. Adaeze leaned forward. What about her? She went to the river. That evening, all three sisters sat before Mama Iberi. The sun dipped low, painting the sky in fading gold. Your mother suffered, the old woman began. Ngozi frowned. How? She had no child for years. People mocked her. They laughed. They called her barren. Chioma whispered. So she went to the river? Mama Iberi nodded. At night, alone. She cried. She begged. Adaeze's voice trembled. What did she say? The old woman's eyes locked onto hers. She made a vow. She told the river, Mama Iberi continued, that if she was given children, she would return. Ngozi leaned forward. Return for what? The old woman's voice dropped. To give something back. Silence. Heavy. Cold. Chioma's hand shook. Did she do it? Mama Iberi shook her head. No. Adaeze felt her chest tighten. What happened? She fell sick, the old woman said quietly. And before she could go back, she died. The world felt still. Then Mama Iberi spoke again. The river is waiting. Ngozi stood abruptly. You mean this is why our lives are like this? Yes. Chioma burst into tears. But we did nothing. The old woman's voice softened. I know, but the spirit world does not forget. Adaeze whispered. So we are paying for it? Mama Iberi nodded. That night, sleep did not come. Every sound felt strange. Every shadow felt alive. Chioma whispered. Adaeze, will we ever marry? No answer came. Ngozi turned restlessly. We must find a way, but none of them knew how. They refused to give up. They went everywhere. Herbalists, spiritualists, prayer houses. Some demanded sacrifices. Others spoke in riddles. They prayed, fasted, cried, traveled, hoped, but nothing changed. Hope would rise, then disappear again. One evening, Chioma could not hold it anymore. I am tired, she cried. I am tired of everything. Tears flowed freely. I am tired of people looking at us like we are nothing. Ngozi held her tightly. Adaeze turned away. Her face was strong, but her eyes betrayed her. For the first time, they felt defeated. Then one day, a pastor came to Umuade. He came for a crusade. People gathered, some out of curiosity, some out of desperation. The sisters did not plan to go, but Adaeze stood up. Let's go. The place was filled. The pastor preached powerfully. Then, suddenly, he stopped, his eyes fixed on them. You three, come. The crowd fell silent. Their hearts raced. They stepped forward, slowly. The pastor closed his eyes briefly, then spoke. There is a covenant speaking against your lives. Tears came instantly. Your mother made a vow and it was not fulfilled. Ngozi broke down. Chioma held her. Adaeze stood frozen. But today, that chain will break. He began to pray, not quietly, with force, with authority. The atmosphere changed. The sisters cried uncontrollably. It felt like something was being pulled out of them, something old, something heavy. Every evil covenant, break, he declared. Something shifted, not visible, but undeniable. The sisters fell to their knees. Tears flowed, but this time it was relief. For the first time in years, they felt light. After that day, everything changed, slowly but clearly. Peace replaced fear. People noticed. They looked different. Then it happened. Suitors came again, but this time they stayed. Adaeze found a calm, steady man. Ngozi found a joyful, hard-working man. Chioma found a gentleman who cherished her. This time, nothing scattered. Within a year, all three sisters were married. The same village that mocked them now celebrated them. Drums filled the air. Laughter echoed everywhere. Soon, children came, and their homes were filled with life. Their stories spread across villages, and people learned, not every battle can be seen, not every suffering is your fault, but no chain lasts forever. And in Umuade, where whispers once followed them, their laughter became louder than anything else. And the river that once held their destiny finally let them go forever. If you love stories like this, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. See you on my next video.